Hi, I'm Hannah. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm Hannah. If we haven't met, this is my channel where I share about knitting, project updates, designs, things like that. Today I have a project update video for you where I share just my active whips, anything I've acquired or am going to cast on soon. Today I have mostly works in progress. It has been really dreary here in North Carolina where I live with my husband and my son, and it's been kind of gross. It's been raining a lot for like the last week or two. We had a long weekend and we went to the beach, and it was also dreary there, which was fine though because my son had a blast, and we went to the aquarium and we went to the beach and we went to the playground, and there was sunshine at some points. We went for a lot of walks and he had a blast. So that's what matters. It's usually hot here by now, and it's been in the 60s and 70s Fahrenheit, which is nice, but it's weird. I don't have any finished objects today. Yeah, that's like kind of my new norm, I guess. I've just been casting on projects left and right. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna scoot up. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the weird weather, but I have been telling myself I'm not going to make a lot of summer knits. I just don't wear a lot of knitwear in the summer because it does get so hot and humid here. But here we are, and I have 2 summer knits to show you. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and get started. I am working on a test knit. I talked about it last week a little bit. So I made so much progress. I had actually almost finished it, but then I was knitting with my sister and our friend Pila, and they pointed out that I was using the wrong size needle. So this was just after I watched Eunice's Therapy by Craft her video on how she made like a big mistake in her test knitting, the biggest one she'd ever made. And I was like, oh man, that is such a bummer. And then I had the same situation. So I had knit like I had knit probably half the body and the top and back in the wrong needle size. So I did take it all out because it's a test knit. If it was not a test knit, I would have just left it because it looked fine and I didn't notice and I didn't really care that much, but it's a test knit, and so I thought, okay, I should make this look how, you know, the designer intended. So yes, I made it almost all the way back to all the yarn that I frogged. There's still a little bit. You can see like this part where I wrapped it. It's getting close. I have just the back left, so I just like cut it off and it's loose now, and just have to do the back, and I believe it's the same as the front. Actually, don't know. But yeah, so this is the front. Imagine like this with the back. Yeah, so that's my biggest tester mistake that I've made. I haven't test knit a design in probably 6 to 8 months just because I've been busy with life and my own designs and sweaters that I like want to make and things like that. And so yeah, I haven't, and then I signed up for this and I waste like a week's worth of work on that. So anyway, it's okay. I'm almost back to where I was, and that is fine. The test knit doesn't end for like another month. So it was just really ahead. I got excited about it, wanted to finish it really quickly. Didn't pay attention to the needle size, and here we are. This is Echoview Fiber Mill Lapidary, sadly discontinued. It was a mill in my home state where we live. We went and visited, and I got this yarn. Later they had a closing sale and I got another one, so I had 2 of these, and I think I'm going to use a pretty good amount of it. I just have the back left though, so not all of it, and I think maybe I'll make a matching like hair bow. I think I saw, is it Wool and Pine Designs, put out some very cute new scrunchies, hair ties, accessories, things like that. So I might make a matching 1 or 2 depending on how much I have left of this. Anyway, this is the Queen's Cami by Tori Yu. Tori knits in New York City. She has been lovely to work with. Her designs are beautiful. This is the first one I've made from her. So sorry, I'm holding it weird. I tend to keep all of my active like stitches on the same needle when I'm doing these guess this is like a drop shoulder sort of design. I don't really know. It has like the pieces, so I keep them all on the same needle so I can see how it looks. But yeah, it has this lovely folded hem. I modified mine to be a picot, and it's got this A-line shape. Yeah, very excited. I'm hoping to finish this before I see you guys next because I just really want to wear it. This is a tinsel, I think it's wool and tinsel, merino and tinsel, so it's very light. I love the drape. Yes, I'm just very excited to wear it. So excited I knit it incorrectly for a long time and had to frog it and redo it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm holding it in my, I think it says on here, yeah, Hortus Botanicus Amsterdam tote. My parents got me this when they visited Amsterdam, like, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. And I love it for a project bag. I just love this kind of bag, so I have quite a few of these. Okay. My next project is also a tank top. I am knitting, see if I can get this over without having a big ordeal. I'm knitting the Intarsia top. I'll put a finished picture, or a picture of the finished one, so you can see kind of what it looks like. It's a little hard to visualize when you just see what I'm about to show you. It's attached to all my yarn. This is what mine looks like right now. This is the back piece, and I have a lot of yarn connected to it. This is what the back looks like. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bobbins attached with me, which means like I have 9 different things of yarn attached to the piece at one time. Crazy. Yeah, there's more, even more. Yeah, that kind of speaks for itself on how it's going, but I'm actually really enjoying this knit. I posted on my Instagram story a while back, maybe, you know, like 3 or 4 months ago, that one of my goals for 2023 was to try a new technique. So that was either going to be Intarsia or steeking, both things I have not done before. And Haley of Knit Weekend, she has a lovely YouTube podcast as well, and she's on Instagram. She reached out and said she also wanted to try Intarsia and would I want to knit this top with her? And I said yes, of course, because that is so kind, and I would love to make new knitting friends. And also, it's just more fun when you can send pictures back and forth and say, oh no, I messed up, or like, I don't know, things like that. So she also sent me a few different colors to add to my top because I didn't have enough sort of the right weight and fiber content in my stash. And yeah, I have one color left to add. That's this Linen Quill. So I'm using my hope was to use up my DK Stash summer weight yarn. So I'm using Sandnes Garn Line in this sort of mint green and Sandnes Garn Line in this mustard. I have these for design samples. This was my mica satchel was in this color, and then my second sample for that design was this pink. This is Drops Belle. And yeah, these aren't like necessarily all these colors I would put together and wear just like in general, but it's really fun to put them all into this top, especially because I'm new to the technique. It feels very low stakes because these are all yarns that I just had in my stash for a long time. I mean, not this, but I'm only going to use like 50 yards of this, so that's okay. But yeah, they've all just been in my stash for a long time and I wanted to use them. And like I said, I don't really wear a lot of summer knits, so this just felt like the perfect fun thing to use up and to learn something new and to do it with a new knitting friend. It has been very fun. Haley just sent me a picture this morning. She modified the top to have like thicker straps, almost like maybe an inch or an inch and a half, and I definitely think I'm going to do her modification because one of the things is that I feel like the tank tops knitted tend to like stretch out, and so I love Tori's that has like this wide strap, and usually I'll wear like maybe a t-shirt underneath my other ones, or I don't know, something like that, and it's just nice that like I may not have to, I don't know, I'm excited. I love her modification. I can't decide if I'm going to just like knit them regular, or if I'm going to switch and do like a double knitting so that it still looks like it's separate from the tank top. Like in the picture, it has like I-cord straps, which is super smart. But I have another tank top that has I-cord straps, and it just really stretched out to the point where I don't wear it anymore. So I think I'm definitely going to modify the straps. I just haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. But it's been so fun. Like, I've actually been wanting to knit it, even though like it's really complicated and all my yarn gets super tangled, and like I have all this yarn hanging from my project. My husband, the other day, I like left it out on the couch, and my husband was like, I tried to clean up your knitting and I've never seen anything like this. Like, why are all the yarns connected? I didn't know what to do. And so I just tried to put it all in a bag, which like it was fine. It was great. It was just funny because it's not like anything I've ever done before, and he noticed that. Okay, something else though is that I have gotten a lot of questions, and I know Haley has too, like, is this a beginner-friendly project? Since it's your first Intarsia knit, is it beginner-friendly? Obviously I'm a beginner for Intarsia. It's my first project. I don't know if I'd recommend it for someone's first project. It's not a difficult knit per se. It's just garter stitch, so if you know how to knit, you can do it. But for beginner-friendly patterns that I like might recommend to a friend, I would love to see like a lot of extra tutorials or direction, instruction, and I just didn't find that with this. I think this designer is known for Intarsia, like that's her design style, and it's super beautiful, and I love seeing these designs. It's not a knock on her either, because most people don't actually include this in their designs. But for me to say like, yes, this was a great first project for Intarsia, I would have liked to see like how to manage your bobbins and how to like join yarns in like garter, because I like messed up at the beginning. I was not joining them correctly. You can kind of see here that extra like color right here, and then how when I watch some videos, you can find it there. And she does have a few videos that are helpful. I just didn't know what to look for. I didn't know I need to know how to join my yarns, if that makes sense, or how to manage my bobbins so they don't get tangled, or how to read the charts for Intarsia. So it is a great project for a first time because it's DK weight, which means it knits more quickly and the yardage is lower. It is a tank top, so the investment of time is less, so you don't spend like a whole time making a sweater and then realize you don't like this technique. So those make it a good beginner project, but I think you'd have to spend some time getting to know Intarsia, like on YouTube or reading about it before you like knit the pattern, because she doesn't really hold your hand. And if you're comfortable with that, that's great. If you're knitting with a friend, even better, because you guys can talk about it. But yeah, I'm on the fence on whether or not it's like beginner friendly. It's friendly. It's a great first Intarsia project, but I think you need to do some background research or choose a project that really has like a designer you're familiar with, because it doesn't have the like extra links, tutorials, instruction, designer notes that I have grown accustomed to in more difficult projects for myself. If you think like designers like Jackie Cieslak, thinking of Hive Knits, kind of just includes all that detailed information. So it's more in the style of like a petite knit pattern, but otherwise it's beautiful. I've loved working on it, and yeah, I'm actually like really, I'm getting excited. I know I'm only on the front panel, but yeah, I'm about, I would say this is about, I don't know, I think I'm more than halfway, so maybe 2/3 of the way done. It's gonna be full length, I think, which I don't know if I'm crazy about, but again, like we'll see. I'm telling myself like it's gonna be fine, and I'm gonna like it. I feel like this is the project or the work in progress update that you guys have been waiting for, because I got so many comments on my last video when I shared that I was making it. It's a little guys update. They're so cute. Okay, so I started working on these, and this is, I put it on my Instagram story. This is the most intense and like attention required project I have ever done. I've done color work and trying Intarsia. I wouldn't say I knit a lot of super difficult patterns, but I do like to include like shaping, short rows. I like folded neckbands. I like some details. This is so much details. I won't ruin the pattern because obviously like it's paid for, but I'll show you the bear that I made, little Mouche. He's missing his eyes, so he's not quite as cute. I have to put those in, but yeah, and he needs one more leg. But like they're so, like he has shaping for his little tushy right here. It's basically like a sock heel on the bear. And like, look at all these like increases and decreases, the detail in the head. There was like six to 8 shaping sections in the head alone for this little guy. I'm trying to get it to focus on him so you can see like his little ears are so cute. So yeah, it's a lot. This is basically like a yoke sweater here. And then you make like all this shaping for the bear, which is basically a sock for this little bear guy and his little legs. I have to do the second leg, but I was working on this while we were at the beach this weekend with my family, and it was really difficult to pick up and put down because like one, it's on size 0 needles, US 0, and so like I was concerned about them getting sat on by me or anyone. And so I wasn't like the best project to bring, but and then so I started his dungarees. So I'm also knitting some clothes for all the little guys. And I'm making his overalls, not his pajamas, just his overalls. So his overalls he's wearing here on the front. And it's this cute broken rib sort of thing. And I made the little tail hole. That's where his tail goes, which is very cute. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, I want this yarn for myself. I don't know what it is because I shared before it's a sample knit, and so La Mercerie just sent probably from her stash or from the shop stash, and so I'm not like super familiar with a lot of hand-dyed yarns, and this is a mix of knitting for olive and hand-dyed yarns like this one. So pretty. So if you recognize these colors, let me know, like from a collection. I'm sure it's like Woolberry or Explorer Knits, but I'm not super familiar with their colorways. Yeah, this feels like it's like a merino, so some sort of sock yarn, but I can't really tell if it has nylon in it or not. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fiber content aficionado. So anyway, I would say I'm about 3/4 of the way done with the first animal, and yeah, this is his overalls, and yeah, they'll go like this, and then I have to knit the top straps and the legs, and then one leg left, and then washing and stuffing, putting the eyes on. So yeah, it's going to be very cute. It is just so much detail. I was talking with the person who commissioned the sample, and I felt really bad. So I had just given her a time estimate based on the yardage that she sent me. Again, you don't need to know all of this. I just feel like talking about it because I didn't really know what to do in this situation. But when she then sent me the patterns, she sent the book over, and I was looking through the designs, and I realized like this would be not feasible in the time frame that I sent based on the yardage. And so I just sent her a note and said, I'm so sorry, but after looking at the patterns, this will take me a lot longer than I thought, because even though the yardage is low, the intricacy level is so high, and using the size 0 needles, it just like makes my hands cramp, and I'm like bent over looking at him, trying to make sure I get everything right. So I had to ask for a little bit of an extension, which is crazy because I like hadn't even started the project, but just after looking at it, I knew I was not going to be able to finish that. So that was kind of a low point because I felt really bad and I hated to do that, but I just knew like with the tiny needles, like it just hurts my fingers thinking about it. So anyway, mixed feelings on that one, but I'm so excited to get them done and send them back because they're gonna be so cute. I'm gonna have to take some really cute pictures of them before they go to their new home. Okay, so those are my 3 active whips. I have other projects that are unfinished, but they are just hibernating. The last thing is what I ended up doing for like knitting when I was at the beach. I didn't really have a lot of knitting time because I was trying to just stay very present and you know, we're doing a lot of activities, fun things like that. Anyway, so I worked on a swatch and it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. This is a swatch for the Gaon Cardigan. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. It is a beautiful new cardigan design that it came out like maybe in May, I think, but I just, like a lot of people that I follow or have connected with, they test knit it, and so I just, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to make that. I almost signed up for the test knit and then I didn't, which was probably good, but this is the yarn. This is the recommended yarn as well, and so yeah, I'm excited for this cardigan. It's a fingering weight wool that I'm using, Mondim by Rosa Pomar. And so I think it'll be nice, like at least 3 seasons out of it. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish it by the fall and then I can just wear it all the time. I think it will take a while just based on the test period was like 4 months. And then, yeah, everyone said it took a long time, which is fine. Like I'm not super worried about that, but I just know it will be, it's a marathon knit, right? And I'm like slowly getting started, like starting my swatch. Maybe next week I'll cast on. I'll just do like maybe 10 minutes a day. It's a beautiful 3x1 rib, which I don't have a sweater in that texture. So it's like lightly textured. It kind of looks like stockinette, and then you stretch it, like, ooh, there's some interest there. I like it. So yeah, I actually haven't measured this to see if I met gauge. I really hope I did, because this was US 4, which is not so small, but I don't know that I want to go any smaller for such a large project. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The color is just purple. I got this from Ewe Fibers in Charlottesville, Virginia, and they had like an end of the year Christmas clear out winter yarn sale. So I kind of think I'm going to like wait for them to do that again and get a bunch more. Because I really do like this yarn. It's very like hardy and I like how it wears. So I have a colorwork sweater out of it that I really like. Those are all my works in progress that I have. Let me know what you're working on. I don't have any acquisitions today. There is a lovely yarn shop where we were at the beach, but I did not go. I don't know if it was open, but I'm planning to go back. I have been before and I really liked it, so I might have to get some yarn then. Honestly, I've been spending a lot of time just like on Ravelry dreaming about fall knits and what I want to wear in the fall and what I can use in my stash. So I have been trying to use up my stash this year and not buy a lot or any new yarn, because I just have a lot of yarn in my yarn closet or yarn collection. Side note, I'm trying not to say yarn stash because even though it's widely accepted, I talked about it in my yarn stash video a while ago, but basically it's a word that's used in regards to like addiction, and I don't ever want to promote unhealthy addiction or be insensitive to people that may have experienced that. So yarn collection, I've been trying to use the yarn in my yarn collection, yarn pantry, yarn closet for a while, and I'm not like loving it, but successfully have not bought yarn since I started. But it's hard to like daydream about projects because I have to think about what do I actually have. I'm on the fence on this. It was just an experiment to see if I could do it, if I could clear out some of the yarn in my yarn closet. I wouldn't say that it looks like I've used a lot of yarn. I'll have to do an update like whenever I stop doing this about what I actually used and whatnot. But anyway, I've just been daydreaming about the fall. I really want a striped sweater. I think I'm going to use, I have some knitting for Olive Heavy Merino, and I think I'm going to use all my knitting for Olive fingering weight scraps, maybe hold them double or hold them with mohair. So it'd just be like a white sweater and then with pops of color. I have like green, I have a color like this, I have pink, I have dark green, I have burgundy. So very excited about that. yeah, other than that, I don't know what I'm gonna make for the fall, but I'm like already thinking about it. It's only May, but again, I've talked about this before. I'm just more of a winter wear knitter. I like using wool. So yeah, that's what I've just been thinking about. But I'm pushing through. I'm finishing my 2 knitted tank tops. I said I was only gonna make 1 this year, and so 2 is not so bad for me. It's only twice as much as I said I would make, but yeah, this one and my Queen's Cami, I'm test knitting it with my sister, which is so special. I was hoping we would both get chosen, and we did. Thank you, Tori. And it's just fun to send pictures, talk about it, hopefully wear them together. Hopefully we both love the fit. I think we will. She's already talking about the second one she's gonna make, so yeah, I think we're both gonna like them. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.